Okay, so this week the Texans host the Patriots for a preseason game, and there's going to be a few things I'll be looking out for that you guys should probably be looking out for as well. And if there's anything I missed, comment down below so I could be looking out for that as well. Right off the bat, Tom Savage, Deshaun Watson. I think Tom Savage, as you guys probably know, performed pretty bad last week, and I think Deshaun Watson performed pretty well. So if this continues this week, then don't be surprised if Deshaun Watson takes Savage's job. And I'm saying this because this week earlier, Tom Savage came out and said, "This is my team. I'm not going to let anyone take my job." So obviously, Tom Savage feels threatened by Deshaun Watson. And another thing, Deshaun Watson also had first team reps earlier this week, so definitely something going on. Running backs. Watch out for Alfred Blue, man. Alfred Blue, I think, performed surprisingly well last week. And if he keeps playing how he played last week, he's definitely going to make the team. And I'm saying this because I was one of those people that, as soon as Foreman got drafted, I said, "Later, Blue." So that might not be the case because Alfred Blue did perform surprisingly well last week. He looked different than before. He actually ran for more than 2 yards. Yes, it was a two, but you got to keep in mind Alfred Blue is also a backup. So another guy, obviously Deontay Foreman. Deontay Foreman had around 9 rushes for 79 yards or something like that. So he performed well, outstanding, great. So definitely watch out for him again. He might be able to take the job from Lamar Miller at some point this season, but for sure next season. And then the wide receivers, man. The wide receivers, Dres Anderson, he surprised me. I did not expect him to, you know, come in and perform well. He was Deshaun Watson's favorite target, and he played outstanding. If he can keep it up, he's gonna make the team. And I didn't even think he was gonna make the team. When we signed him, I just thought he was another camp body. He was gonna get cut after it was all said and done, whatever. But now he has a legitimate shot at making the team. Another wide receiver to look out for, Bruce Ellington. We just signed him. Now Bruce Ellington's one of those little fast, speedy receivers. He can play in the slot. He can do kick returns and punt returns. So I'm not sure if he's brought in to replace what Will Fuller was supposed to do for us, or if he's just coming in to be a kick or punt returner. Maybe both. But now let's move on to the offensive line. Offensive line, man. Suafilo sucked. Jeff Allen sucked. Kendall Lamb sucked. Those are three of our starters, guys. Chris Clark performed surprisingly well. Nick Martin performed well. Now, when we get into the backups, man, Julian Davenport, he surprised me. I was not expecting him to look that good, especially at the left tackle spot. For a guy that's supposed to be a project, he performed well. Another guy, Breno. Breno, like Dres Anderson, I thought he was a guy that he was just a camp body, gonna get cut. But now he actually has a legitimate shot of making the team, I think, because he came out and performed pretty well. And another guy I think performed well on the offensive line, Chad Slade. Chad Slade, honestly, to me he was a nobody, but seeing him perform well first preseason game, he could possibly be our starting right tackle because obviously we don't have one. Now onto the defense. On the D line, one guy, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt didn't play much last week for obvious reasons. And then this week in practice against the Patriots, apparently he was dominating them, man. Apparently there was this one particular play where he pushed one of their offensive linemen back into Brady and Brady fell. So that's awesome. And other guys to watch out for on that D line, Joel Heath, he didn't play last week. So Joel Heath versus Christian Covington. Christian Covington, man, he's not that good. He was getting dominated by the ones. He was getting dominated by the twos. So don't get me wrong, he's a good locker room guy, but that's about it. Keep him there. So hopefully Joel Heath plays this weekend. He could secure his spot at the D end opposite J.J. Watt. Another guy to look out for, Carlos Watkins. I think Carlos Watkins performed pretty well. He might play some meaningful snaps for us this upcoming year. Now to the linebackers, man. There's a lot of linebackers you got to look out for. Zach Cunningham, I think, performed well. And he was brought in for one particular reason. That's to beat the Patriots, man. If you guys do not know, the Patriots always beat us on one play. That one play usually results in a touchdown. We always lose because of it, and it's a pass to the running back. And why does it always work? Well, because Brian Cushing, Bernard McKinney, they just can't cover for some reason. And Zach Cunningham can, so definitely look for Zach Cunningham to hopefully stop that. If the Patriots do run those plays, I don't know if they will. Now, also in the linebackers, Jamil President, Dylan Cole, Brendan Scarlett. I think they all performed well. Definitely watch out for them all. See how they perform this week. Because if they perform well, I think they're pretty much locks to make the team. Jamil President, he literally came out of nowhere. I've heard, of course, of Brendan Scarlett. I've heard of Dylan Cole before. But Jamil President, to me, like, he was a nobody. So, it kind of came to surprise that he came out and performed well. Now, on to the secondary. Robert Nelson. Robert Nelson sucked last week. I think it was 4 receptions, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns, something like that. Yeah, but after being the talk of the OTAs, talk of training camp, Robert Nelson was supposed to come in there and be good. But he wasn't. He was the total opposite of that. If he can come in and perform well against New England, then he gets a second chance. If he comes in and performs bad, then he's a lost cause, man. Now staying on the corners, Denzel Rice. Denzel Rice, I think, performed pretty well last week. Definitely look out for him. I like how he plays to the whistle blows, meaning he stripped 2 balls. One of them was initially counted as a fumble, but was later on reviewed, and it was incomplete. The guy had the ball in his hand, so that was going to be a catch, but, Denzel stripped it. Then he also stripped another one. I want to say it was from the running back. But that one was actually ended up being an actual fumble. There was no clear evidence of it, so unfortunately they didn't count. So that kind of sucks for him. And another guy to look out for is Treston. Treston didn't play last week. I'm not sure why. I forgot. There was a reason, but he didn't play, and he's going to play this week, I'm pretty sure. So definitely look out for him. One of our rookies. Now the secondary. Continuing on the secondary. The safety in particular. Marcus Gilchrist, he didn't play last week either. So look out for him. I really think he's going to take one of the safety spots. I feel like he's going to be the Quentin Demps, Kendrick Lewis, Daniel Manning of the year. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that random safety that we picked up in free agency that turns out to perform well, I feel like that's going to be him. So look out for him. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, if I missed anyone, like I said in the beginning, comment down below. With that being said, though, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.